Faça o lançamento.
Okay, I grabbed the link.
We are probably live.
We are.
So I'm going to post on Patreon and Facebook. Look how great it is, but not.
Oh.
At least there's not.
Yeah.
It's like our face. I'm like, hi.
Yeah.
Okay, let me mute here. I don't know what's going on, but things are a little weird today.
Yeah.
Yep.
Technology has been behaving very strangely. Hello, guys. People are joining already.
Yay. Okay.
They're just sharing the links so
Yeah.
everyone can join.
Little disclaimer. Our electronics and stuff, they're all weird.
Yeah. Like super.
So
There's some
let us know if you
interview-
guys can hear and see us. Not here. What?
Is there someone? Is there someone there with you?
with me?
Yes.
No.
I heard a laughter.
Really?
Yes.
Stop being creepy. Okay. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hi.
I don't know if people said they can hear and see us. Yes, can hear and see. Great.
Okay,
because it took us a while to get things going today.
Yeah.
But yeah, that all good. So we have Juliana here with us from
Like
Well-
Workers Online.
and
Somos
incríveis.
incríveis.
yep.
I forgot for a second. Yeah.
Yep. And we're doing something a little different today with Fridays with Yeshua and guests. So our first guest is Juli, and we're so happy to have her here. And I think we're going to have so much fun. So yeah, do you want to tell a little bit about yourself, Juli? Tell people.
Yes, like I would like to start talking about journaling, because that's the tool that that really helped me for many years now. Because since when I started studying coaching, I started coaching a long time ago, and then law of attraction coaching. So I used a lot of different techniques, and journaling is the thing that stuck with me through all these years, and that's the thing that I would like to share more today about.
That's awesome.
Oh.
Yeah, she has a. Sorry, go ahead.
In a bit I can say something short about how it works and what's important about it, why it works.
Yes, I think we would. Yeah, I think we would love that. I was gonna say that you have a YouTube channel both in English and Portuguese, because she is also Brazilian.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can find her on YouTube. We can link her later. Our internet keeps telling us that it's unstable, so if something happens, I'm really sorry.
Yeah.
And the last time we were doing this, our camera shut down on us, and today it's working again. So we will hope that it will stay okay, but if something happens, we are really sorry. We are trying to work through with our electronics, because technology is a little weird today.
Yeah.
So today we're going to do a little different. We're going to do like the questions and answers. I have Yeshua, of course. It's Fridays with Yeshua. So what Julie thought that was a good idea to do, and I think it's really fun, is that Yeshua is going to answer, and then she's going to give you some tools regarding journaling. So then you can apply the things that Yeshua are telling you, and I think it's so nice and practical.
Look how we look.
Yeah, I think our internet is a little weird today. Let us know if you guys can hear us well. But either way, it's working really well here that we are recording it on Zoom.
Yeah.
So we can post that later if this
just
one is weird.
replace the video.
Yeah.
Mm.
And the chat is totally stopped here for me.
Yeah, I don't know if they will see.
I'm looking down here because I put my chat on the phone, not to overload the, the Wi-Fi in one
Computer.
place.
Yes. Hello. Okay, so if you guys have any questions regarding anything at all, you can start typing them as Julie is telling us a little bit more about journaling.
Yeah.
Oh,
The thing that
Do
I
you want
really
to?
like,
video is
yeah.
choppy.
you can see me right. Yeah. Yeah. I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
The thing that I really like about it is that you can create like the energy that you want to step in. So like everything, it's first a thought. Like your thought is already the first creation, the first thing that starts creation, because then it's a thought, and then you have the emotion, and that you have it already. Like if you have the emotion, you have it, so nothing is missing. So we use that. You create what you want on paper, then you have that energy. So it's all about creating that energy and feeling it and being in it, and you have it. Whatever it is that you want to create, it's already there because you created it. You have the thought, you have the feeling, you have the energy, you have the vibration. So that's how you use it. And also can use to transmute things. Like if you have a thought that's something that's not serving, or something that you are ready to release. Like I think it was yesterday that I felt like, okay, I identify a cycle that's being repeating in my life since ever. And I saw it clear, like, okay, this is being repeated here. I'm ready to release it. So I wrote about it. And I just finished like, okay, I am ready to release this. It's done. It served me and I thank it. It served me and I see how it's been serving me till now, but I'm ready to let that go. And so it is, and so it's done. So I use this to transmute things and to create the energy that I would prefer. I prefer to step in whatever it is. I create it first on paper. Yeah.
That is really awesome. So the way that you write it is you kind of tell the story, or like you're talking to yourself?
Exactly. That's why I say that it gets confusing when I'm trying to explain in one like short, because there's many ways to use it. So you can write it as if you're talking to yourself, as if you're telling a story. There's scripting too. When you are creating one situation, I use that a lot for traveling. So I create my whole traveling situation exactly the way I want, and it always works because you already put yourself in there. So there is no way around it because you are in that energy already. So
wow.
It's an instant manifestation.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So if you guys have any kind of questions about that, just bring them on. Anything else, Julie, before we started the questions?
Yeah, there's one thing that I really like to repeat is nothing is missing. You're missing nothing. There is nothing that is missing. If you think about it, like whatever you wish to create is a feeling, and the feeling is there, always available for you.
That's awesome. And such a practical way to do it too, to show like your mind and your body that I am creating this, so then like everything gets in line.
Yeah, because nothing else needs to
awesome.
to happen, because you're already there. It already happened.
Yeah, it's just like attuning yourself to the frequency, right? It's like becoming aware of it. And when you write it down, you become aware of it. It's like you have like a visual of something that you can that you are creating. Yeah. So that's why it's so powerful. I love it.
Yeah, and then you have the techniques, the way to write it, like to put yourself there. You write it in specific ways, because if I would write something like, "Oh, I wish," then you're already not there. You're imagining something that could happen in the future, maybe. So you write it in a way that's like you're there. This is your reality. So you are in that reality, describing that reality.
Yeah, it's like you're not writing about it in the future. It's like it's going to be, it's like you need to write it down as if you are there already, as if it's
You are
happening,
there.
right?
You're feeling it. Yeah, you're in it.
Yeah, that's really cool.
That's awesome. Eva has a question for Julie. She says, how about when we don't feel strong belief when writing our scenario or some resistance?
Then you question it, like, okay, so you're not believing it, right? You're writing something that you think, then you have all these excuses or these reasons why it's not possible. So you write those. And then, like, for example, there is one exercise that you write all of these ideas, these reasons why you cannot have it, or reasons why you cannot believe it. You write it all down, and then you start crossing everything and rewriting, because it's just a belief. Belief is something that you just decided to believe. You just repeat it so much that that's your reality. So you just, okay, what would I prefer to believe instead? What would I prefer to have in place of this thought, of this reason? And another thing is, like, also you can do exercises where you repeat that you believe. I believe that it's possible, and you keep completing the phrase like that. Did I answer?
That's great.
Yes.
I think so. Yeah. I think it's really, really awesome. It's such a practical thing that anyone can do, and if I feel like it just takes practice. It's nothing too hard, anyone can experience that.
Do you feel that there's a difference between writing, handwriting, and typing?
Yeah.
For journaling?
Yeah, because there is this extra manifestation process that happens through you use your body to create something. So you actually already started the manifestation process by doing it like that. Also because it's natural materials that you're using, or and it's just the process.
It's like a tactile experience too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I like that.
And it's really
it's like
about
drawing the go ahead.
The practice, the daily thing, like if you do it often. After you do it often, at least for a while, like 30 days, for example, then you can, like, once in a while, but it's really strong if you do it often, because you've been programmed for a long time on a daily basis with the things that you actually don't really like or you want to change, and now you do the opposite. You're reprogramming, choosing the stuff you rather think and believe and be in and feel.
The way that Yeshua is talking about it, it is like you are consciously writing the blueprint of your dream. So that's why it's so important to write it if you can. That's why you get that feeling of being a creator in that time. So it's like you are always drawing your blueprint, and every single day is a new thing. So, and you feel yourself in that space. It's not something that is out there. It's not something that is in a future. It's now. So that's why it's so powerful. It's really interesting.
Yeah. Another question. This one's for Yeshua. Why do I get these tiny blood spots on my arms that get itchy?
Oh, I have them too. Mine don't itch though. He's saying that sometimes those are outbursts of energy. Like there's just too much energy running through your body, and your body is trying to cope with that energy, and it finds ways to cope with that energy. And sometimes it is like really simple things, sometimes it is harder things, we'll say, in your day-to-day life, but still it's just a way of your body to translate a lot of energy. So pay attention where they are and what that place represents for you in your body. If it's in your arms, so what do arms represent for you, and let's say what chakra it is aligned to, or anything related to that. So then you can get a bigger picture of how your body is trying to cope with that energy, and where it's coming from, and what it's trying to tell you. So yeah. And what about dealing with things in the body, Julie? How can we journal about that, about changing something about your body, your physicality?
One exercise that I think it's really nice is when you start talking to your cells, and the space between the cells, which the space between your cells was something that we talked about together. You taught me something.
Yeah.
Focus on that space, right? That's really, there is a lot
Yeah.
of power there. The space between, I think Joe Dispenza also uses that. So like giving commands, because it's all like in the power of intention too. So if you would talk to your cells, if you talk to your body, what would you say? What commands would you give? How do you want to feel?
That's great.
So you write
it's like
as if you're speaking to your body. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's like you talk to your liver, for example.
Yep.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
We should do that more, all of us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Or like when you are having a vitamin and you tell it where to go, or even like medicine. It's like, okay, this is for that, okay? And you're receiving it and we are fine and we are healed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even
Food,
sometimes
water.
when you're
Yeah.
when you're past all these, and then maybe you are in a shitty day, and then you just go back reading your journal and you see how many things you have gone through and how many things you have manifested and all.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's really
It's
cool
good to
too. It's like you
reread.
have an archive, right?
Yeah.
Of all the things you created.
Yeah, all the things you created, because it's different than a journal that you write about what happened already, right? That's not it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Julie asked for Yeshua. There's a lot of discord going on in the world right now with opposing points of view. And in my own family, it is causing my daughter to call me childish and selfish. My point of view is love and allowance for everyone to do what they align with. Should I continue to vocalize this even if it causes disharmony?
He's saying, going back to that point where we've discussed many times, is he loving to you? That's the only thing that matters in that situation. So just ask yourself, is this loving to me? And just go with the answer. And he's saying that you've been training and you know what to do, with that feeling. Because as we were talking about journaling, it is like a practice. So that's why they give you that practice every time. Ask yourself before you engage, is this loving for me? And go with that. And he's saying, don't even bother going to the other question, is this loving for them? Because if it's loving for you, you will mirror that to them. It doesn't matter what. So, and he was talking about triggers too, and how important they are in our experience on earth. They give us flavor, to things. They give us options. So you can always choose what is it that you want to create, So, and releasing expectations also from whatever it is that they are going to think and whatever it is that they're going to do with the information that you are. That's the other thing. He's saying that Julie can help you with that, with a technique, to release expectations, or just release the sheer fact that they are, pressing all of the buttons, the hard ones for you. And what else you're saying? He's saying, and just breathe. Because most of the time, what it's giving you is the awareness that you always have. That's it's like you always have time, because you are now and it's happening now. So you don't need to just react, and you can stop and you can breathe and you can decide. That's what it's training in you. That's the practice for you right now, because you've forgiven everything that needed to be done and all of that. It's just showing you like, oh, do you want to engage with this or not? Do you want to play or not? Is he loving for you or not? Yeah, if you have anything to add, Julie, I think that they're excited to know any technique about releasing expectations.
First you write like what are those expectations, and you write about it, and you put everything out there, so it's not repeating in your head all the time. And also like feelings about other people and like the situation, how it's making you feel, you put it all out, and then you rewrite it. How would I prefer, what would if I was being loving to myself, what would I be choosing right now? What would I be doing? What would be different? And then you write that story.
Like focusing in the now, right?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, you create a exactly. You create a situation. What would I be doing? What would I be choosing? And you write in the present. Yes, I am feeling this. I am choosing different. I am choosing something. I deserve something. You know, the something is like you complete the phrase.
Yeshua is giving an affirmation to you. He's saying, I choose to trust.
Yes.
What's happening, Flavia?
Something made a noise in here. Like a water sound, and there's nothing with water.
Nope, that's fire though.
Yeah, but it made like, you know, when you drop something in the water, it'll
Clunk.
Yeah.
I did not hear it. Flavia's been hearing all kinds of aliens today.
Yeah,
but water has its transmutation, and that's exactly what we're talking about, right? Like getting one thing and changing to another thing.
Yep.
That's funny.
A feeling changing a feeling to another feeling.
Oh, and that's Yeshua started saying something about flow to me, and then he stopped, and then he gave me the other one. And I think he tried to give it to Flavia about flow. You know, I trust the flow. That's a good one for releasing expectations.
Yeah.
So we didn't mention it before, guys, but if we don't answer you, please copy and paste because it's really hard to keep up with the chat sometimes.
Scrolls very fast. Next question is, how can I improve my life right now?
Yeshua is saying, he is giving it back to you like an inquiry. Why don't you think you are perfect exactly where you are and how you are? You are God expressing itself through a physical body right now. How could God ever be wrong? Where is it that you perceive that you need to improve, and why is that? So giving that back to yourself, you know, and giving that some acceptance, whatever it is that you call bad or ugly or not good enough or not loving about you. He's saying it's still God, it's still love, even if we are giving it a different name, a different nuance right now. It's still God. So why is it that you choose to say that it's not good enough, you know, and then working with that and accepting that? I think Eva had a question about a technique that Juli teaches.
It's what I'm gonna read next. I was just waiting if she was gonna say something.
Yeah, I thought about saying something, but I think, but I lost it.
Sorry.
It was like in the beginning, you said an inquiry, like, okay, I'm going to give the question back to you. And then I imagine that writing that question, answering that question as a journaling process.
Oh, that's cool. Like the question that Yeshua gave her?
Yeah, it was her question. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I think that's a technique that all of us we could use, you know? It's like if you have a question, to try to like ask yourself.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Eva's question is, what was the difference between writing something 33 times for 3 days or 55 times for 5 days?
It's what you want to commit to. So if you don't want to do the 55 for 5 days, and you want to just do something faster because it's something that you think it will be easier to bring to you, this technique is good for one thing and not good for another thing, because it's good that you keep calling in, but it's there is an underlying feeling that could happen in there, and it's like, there is something that I want and I don't have. There is something that I want and I don't have, and you keep repeating that because you're calling something in that way, like you're repeating so often. And it's much more powerful. This is a fun exercise to do, so you really fix, like you anchor in something that you want to bring to yourself. But it's like so much more powerful to create that energy every day. Like if whatever it is that you're calling in, How
Mm-hmm.
does that feel? And you paint that picture. How does that feel? What would I be feeling if this was my reality? And this is a question for you to get into that feeling, but you write as you are in that reality.
Mm-hmm.
And you put yourself there, and from there you write, okay, I'm here right now. It happened. How am I feeling? Whoa, this is amazing. It really, really happened. That was so fast. That was so amazing. I'm feeling so. Keep saying what you feel. And you put yourself more and more and more in that feeling. And if you repeat this every day without repeating the same words, just the feeling. Okay, I want that feeling again. How am I feeling? I am feeling this. Wow, amazing. It was so fast. Wow, I'm here. Really, it's really my reality. I'm having so much fun in this reality. And you bring that into the same feeling again.
Especially because it allows you to listen to your body every day instead of focusing the mind in something methodic of, oh no, I have to write it 33 times. And then you just focus on that, focusing on the feeling and how it would feel. Because we wake up different every day, every circumstance affects it. So it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and it's more important for you to feel than to think, right?
Yeah.
So then you can translate that feeling into a thought, and then you create from that thought instead of allowing it to be a thought first, and then you can make up a feeling from the thought. It still works both ways anyhow, because you are still painting a picture, as you said, but allowing that picture to show you how you feel, I feel like is more important than whatever it is else that we can do. And still, I feel like this technique is a nice one because it gives you that focus. If you focus on having it and not using that as another way to bypass the feeling that you don't have it, if that makes sense.
You keep focusing on the feeling that you do have it.
Yeah. So it's like you are reaffirming to yourself like 33 times every day for 3 days that I have it, instead of, oh my God, I need to write it 33 times because otherwise I'm not going to have it.
Yeah. And what day is this? Is day 22? How many days till I feel like I have it?
Yeah.
So it's really like, you have to really be in your, like, what am I feeling right now? Like, and be in the energy that you prefer, not like in the energy that something is missing and I'm trying to manifest something that I don't have.
Yeah. And then Eduardo asks, and it always works?
Depends, because sometimes what you want is the feeling and that is enough. Or sometimes something else will serve, because you're always what's gonna happen is something that's gonna serve you for the moment. And that putting yourself in that energy is already serving. So it always works because you're always there. It always already happened.
Yeah, it always works. Maybe not exactly the way that you were expecting it to, but it always does.
Yep.
And that's with any kind of manifestation, Yeshua says. It's always working, and it's working the best way for you. So that's why it's so good to be in the flow and that certainty that whatever it is that you're creating, it's coming from God within you. So you are not, always expecting for something that is never there. So just knowing that everything is a blessing, he's saying, that's a great way to see and to put yourself in a space where you can consciously create more of that. So being grateful for what you have now is a great way to manifest what you want.
Yeah, and everything is working out even when it feels like it's not, because that situation is always also serving you. So
maybe just like the endurance, right, of that period and how it's serving you. It still is if it's still there, because as God, you are writing it perfectly.
Yeah, even if it's to make it very clear that this you don't want anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, and now I know for sure I don't need this anymore. So it's always
exactly.
Yeah. Next question is from Brenda. She says, "Hi Yeshua, my mom got sick and I did what I always do, trust. When I went to my bedroom, it was filled with the smell of flowers. What does it mean?"
It's Mother Mary with you, he says, helping you give the blessings and move the energies. And she is with you and with your mom. She, for me at least, and many other people I've seen, she shows up as like the smell of flowers. And because she has such a subtle energy that sometimes it's even hard to perceive her. It's like Archangel Uriel, for example.
Cora says, drawing is journaling, correct? This is a way for children to express themselves. I am wanting to help Jake remove fear of getting in trouble. So if we draw pics of ways to empower him, would this help?
That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How does he? What does he want to create? What is he choosing to feel at that moment? What are his superpowers?
Mm-hmm.
What can he do?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's a really cool vision.
Yeah.
To draw himself with superpowers and everything. Yeshua was nodding like, that's a great way. It's so cool, Corey. And I think like this idea can help so many other people, by the way, so many other children. It's a great technique to use with children. Not only children too, maybe you prefer drawing
Yeah.
than writing, right? So draw the scenario.
Yep.
Maybe it's an easier way to express what you're feeling, what
Mm-hmm.
you want to.
Draw, paint.
Yeah. The next question is how to use that scripting technique to attract love, a love. I need some examples of affirmations to write, please.
I think that's for you, usually.
Keeping in mind that the thing that you're not asking for something that you don't have, you already put yourself in there. So, okay, I'm here. I'm feeling very loved. I'm living like I'm having this amazing relationship right now. How am I feeling right now in this amazing relationship? So you're not thinking about, okay, the person that I want to meet, it will look like this and like you could do that, but how do you want to feel? And you put yourself in there. You describe that all the time, like you're not missing anything. Okay, what does it mean to have a good relationship? What is it that you would be feeling right now if you were in an amazing relationship?
Mm-hmm.
So I am loved. I love to do this and this with him. I love when we do, or with her. I love this. I love when we do these things. It makes me feel so good when we do this. Or I am feeling like this in this relationship. So just get in there. Okay, this is happening. Amazing that I met this person. It was so beautiful. And I'm feeling this. And we are like this. Like describe what you're feeling, what you want to feel. And be
Even
in
if
there.
it feels silly, right? Even if your mind is telling you that that's just stupid, stop. No one is going to see your journal, you know?
Yeah, and if your mind is doing this, you also notice it, and you start this communication also, like, okay, I feel that this might not be this is silly, or this is why am I doing this? And you write this down too, and you question it, and you answer yourself. So then you rewrite it. Okay, I feel that this is very powerful. I feel that this is putting me in this energy that I prefer. I'm loving the feeling that this is giving me. This is bringing the feeling that I'm really wishing to create. So you don't overwrite a feeling or a thought. You feel it, and maybe you write it down so you can see it, and you can rewrite it.
Yeah. It looks like a technique that Lilith teaches with if you have like a bad thought or something, or a fear or anything negative that you call negative about yourself, you question that until it looks so ridiculous that you can't be on board anymore. It's like, okay, so I'm scared of the dark. Okay, so what's the worst thing that could happen? A spider could crawl on me and I don't know, eat. Okay, so what is this spider gonna do? It's gonna bite me and I'm gonna die, you know? So, okay, so what's the next scenario? And then it gets, okay, so the spider is going to get into my nose and in my brain, and then I'm going to be brain dead, and the spider is going to take over, and I'm going to be a spider human, you know? And then it's like, oh my god, I'm going to be Spider-Man. So it just became ridiculous, like, okay, so it's fine, I'm going to be Spider-Man, you know? So it's like you are telling yourself that it's not like you are unvalidating, I don't know how to use that word, yourself and your fears. It's not like you're telling yourself that it's silly. It's just so you can understand that it's insane, you know? All of those things that you believe that are stopping you from being the powerful creator that you are, they are not true. So you need to, let's say, convince your mind that it's not true. So you keep asking it. Okay, so then what? And then what? And then what? And at some point you're gonna be like, huh, okay, I'm God.
Or there is another version of this, and it's called the BS story, my BS story. So you really title it this, or you give another bad name, and you start writing like all the stuff you believe about yourself, that it's you believe it's stopping you, or you believe that it's why something is not possible, or something that needs to change about somebody, or anything that you know it's a limiting thought, or anything that's not serving you. My BS story, you write about it. I've been believing this about myself, and I've been expecting things to go wrong there, or I'm insecure about this, and you write the whole story, and then you release it. You can rewrite it. You can, okay, this is the story I prefer, and then you write another story. But just the fact that you write it down, you look at it, it's also it's the same kind of feeling, like, okay,
It's like
I've been creating this.
It's like, I don't want this. Maybe it's just what you realize, right? Like, okay, I've been creating this, but I'm gonna change. And I love the idea of using the rewriting the story to release. It's not something so straightforward. It gives you space to be creative.
Yeah. Sometimes you feel the need to write the replacement, and sometimes, like what I just did, I just identify the cycle that is repeating, and I thank it, and I let it go. Okay, this is done, and that's it.
Next question is from Maria.
now we start.
She says, I have been having pain in my teeth. I am speaking my truth. I am journaling some. Is there something I'm missing? Is it collective purging? Can you tell me what the root cause is and how to heal it?
Yeshua says, what if those are signs of channeling? And he is just looking at you like, I know. And every channeling is different. And every channel is different too. Is it Maria?
Yes.
Hojnowski? I'm sure I'm not pronouncing her name right. Because he just showed me her face. So he's saying, what if those beautiful greeds that you do, they are a channeling of Gaia? And sometimes channeling shows up in teeth because it's like your teeth are antennas of some sort. I find it hard to explain, so the more aware you are of it, and the more you allow that energy to be in your body, and the more you become that energy, the less you feel the symptoms of channeling, so maybe just he's telling you this so you can increase your awareness of your he's calling it a communion, a oneness with Gaia, and all the beautiful work that you're doing there. Not only Gaia, there's Isis too, there's Mary Magdalene too. Let's say that the primary one right now is Gaia. So, and also he's saying that it's the easiest one for you to connect with right now. So to be there and be present with it, and to allow that energy to be present in your body, and to see how it moves, and to see how it makes you feel, and what thoughts are from that energy, because it's always there. So you will be able to start recognizing it and accepting it in your body in a way that it stops with the symptoms. Sounds so simple when he says it like that, right?
Yeah. Nandini asks, who is Lady, difficult name, Fallen, and who is her twin flame?
I think we answered that before, or
not today, right?
Not today.
Oh.
Because I don't have a background, so my mind will just be like, oh, I don't know. So it's difficult for me personally to help you with that. But for some reason, I'll just tell you what he's showing me, because I don't have a reference. I see Archangel Michael, like a version of Archangel Michael, like a fractal of Michael incarnated on Earth. And I see a lot of elfic kind of energy too. and something with Ireland or just Nordic kind of thing. That's all I can give you right now. But yeah, I think that's it. Do you know it, Julie? Nope.
I never heard of it.
And also what he's saying now, it is, what if it's for you to explore? You know, it's not for us to give you the answer. Maybe that's why he won't give me a more like straight answer. You know, maybe it's for you to find within you, even if you're just researching it. Just ask yourself, does this serve me? You know, is this my truth? That's another good technique, you know, because we are always receiving so much information all the time from everywhere. And then you can just ask yourself, is this my truth? Or will I allow it to become my truth with everything that is happening right now? So work with that, play with that.
Beth asks, how do you get past a feeling of disconnection? Sometimes I feel completely alone.
Do you have something, Julie? He keeps pointing at you. It's like not even putting you on a spot or anything.
Well, if I would be connected, how would I feel? I feel, now that I'm connected, I feel. Now that I'm connected, I wake up feeling. Now that I'm connected, I choose. Now that I'm connected, I believe. And you keep completing the sentence.
That's great. Great technique. He's saying yes. That's awesome. It's like you are reteaching yourself that you are always connected, that's just a perception. It's just your mind telling you that you're not connected. So then you will teach the mind, no, we are connected. And that's how you feel when we are connected. Really cool. Really cool. He's singing here today. Like 5 minutes before we started, he started singing This Love by Maroon 5. I can't sing because of YouTube, but yeah. And I was like, that's why that song. He just shows up sometimes like dressed all like a rock star, singing.
So cute.
Can't.
Next question is, so when my hand is tired or I don't feel like I can write fast enough to keep up with my thoughts, scribbling, I don't know the word, or doodling would be effective?
Yes, right?
Yeah, it's just the way you can put it on paper, and you know what you're doing because you know what your intention is. So yes,
that's what Yeshua was saying. It's the intention that counts. And also the action, not only the intention, but what journaling is like putting those things into action. It's not just you laying there and sometimes just meditating and thinking about it and trying to feel it. Once you put it into action, that's when you think, when you see things moving. Gosh, it's so hard to speak today.
Yeah, going through the motions.
Yeah. David says, I've been having heartburns lately, and I know it's connected to anger. Any suggestions how to get past that?
The first word Yeshua said was forgiveness. And he's talking about everything that happens here, you know, with your throat, with your stomach, sometimes even with your whole bowel system and everything. It is something you're not fully digesting, you know, something that our camera is a little, isn't it?
It is. Do you want to try to change it?
No.
The thingy from Logitech to...
You think so? Are we frozen?
We are chipping a lot.
I don't know. Gosh, what's happening?
Do you wanna?
Let's try, yeah. Just a second, guys. If something happens, it's just...
The sound will continue.
Yeah. We'll just try to change the camera. So,
okay.
Yeah. Because, I don't know, things
Your
are
phone
weird.
is vibrating, I guess.
Mine?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's mine. Is it better now?
Let's see
if it works, right?
Yeah. I can
Oh
see your
gosh.
face. Okay.
It
I see your
looks good to
faces
me.
now.
Yeah.
This is
You guys are
better?
great, they say.
Wow.
Flav is so funny. So, oh. I don't know what I was answering.
You were answering David on
Oh
the
yeah,
anger.
it's like something you're not fully digesting. So sometimes finding that thing, what it is, it might be something about yourself. It might be something about a relationship we know that you have with someone, something that just does not align with your truth, and you are not fully digesting it. So you either need to put it out or you need to let it go through. So about the anger, that's what he means. So whatever that is, maybe finding exactly what it is can be helpful, and to just allow that to, go through your system or just throw it out. Do you have any techniques for that, Julie? Helping with anger?
First, writing down about everything that's making you angry. So you release it, and then you see it. Okay, I'm done. When you're done, you ask yourself, okay, what else? What else? What else? So you keep, it's like a purging thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then start with, I release this. I'm trusting that this no longer serve me, or I'm thanking this to serve me, to be so clear that that I'm ready to release it.
Mm-hmm.
Thank it, release it. Like, I now release, I now thank it, I now choose. What are you choosing in place to take its place?
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, I like that. Because it's basically the same thing that Yeshua said in a practical form. So you just put it all out, and then you thank it and forgive it.
And you're so owning your
Let that go.
life,
Yeah.
and everything that
Yeah, that's what I like about all of it.
It's so
all of this,
empowering.
yeah, these manifestations, techniques, and everything. It's like you take, the role that of a creator, of a sovereign being, and not just, oh, things are happening to me. No, they're happening for you, and you can be the creator of them in a conscious way.
Yeah, it's a whole alchemy process too.
Mm-hmm.
Because you see what you're receiving something, you're transforming it,
Mm-hmm.
or you're really receiving it and you're in it, depending on what it is. So you want to feel this, or you want to transform it.
Yeah. What alchemy you want to practice with it.
Yeah.
There's one from Duda. He wants us to go through.
She says, I've been feeling like a mess. I know what I need to feel, but I don't feel always in the way I suppose. And I know it's okay to don't feel, because it's what I need at the moment. So I've been feeling like I'm in a trip in a roller coaster 3 times in the same day, and a little guilty for wanting whatever I want, because I know that everything is what it will be, just like it's supposed to be.
I don't understand anything, but he does.
Okay.
So that's what counts.
Yeah.
So he's saying that the first thing is, ask yourself, why is it so bad to be in a roller coaster? And what is it about the roller coaster that scares you? Because that's where you find your fear, and that's where you find your truth. Because he's saying that that the only thing that is true is love. And again, love is everything. So we decide how we want to use that information that is within yourselves. Not only what we're telling you this, but it's within you. So how do you want to use that information? Because every time we say, okay, there's fear and there's love, great. And that's the duality that earth provides you with, and that's awesome and beautiful, and it's so much fun to create with that, even though sometimes it's not like physically fun. It's still one of the reasons why we are here, because we are given the opportunity by ourselves to be in a dualistic environment. So we have that option, so we can feel things in our physical bodies and translate them into sensations even, so it's all very exciting for God to create like that. And then there's the other thing that he says, like, everything is love. So by that, he means everything is God. Everything is part of that divinity that created you, that is you. So that fear is still God. And it's God teaching you something. It is God helping you remember something, however you want to use that, within oneness, outside of oneness, however it is that you want, it's a choice. So what earth gives you is choices, is opportunities, is possibilities, and it's great. So what is it about the roller coaster that is not fun? And how can you make it fun? Or how can you love yourself through that, even though your brain is telling you something else? You know, maybe your body is having a hard time in the roller coaster, but your heart is so excited to be there. You know, so what do you choose to give voice to? And how do you choose to sit with those emotions? Because every time you tell yourself that I am supposed to feel like that, you are dismissing something that is really important. Otherwise, it would not be there. You know, so I'm not supposed to feel this way. And then it's like telling, imagine that as if you are a little child, a 5-year-old, and then they come to you and they say, I have a sad, or I am sad, however you want to put it. And you're going to tell them, no, 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 you can't feel sad. You start smiling now. You are going to have fun now. And then the child's going to be like, oh my God, feeling sad is wrong. Feeling sad is bad because mama tells me it's not okay. And then every time you feel sad, that's going to be a trigger. It's like, oh, I can't be sad. I can't be sad, you know? And then imagine, as a loving parent of yourself, of the inner child, what if you chose to say, it's okay? That's the only thing it needs, your inner child. It's for you to hold it and to say, it's okay. It's not bad. It's not ugly. It's not the devil. It's not, you know, it's part of earth. So the first thing you need to do is that. There are so many other techniques you can use to release that if it's not loving to you anymore, if it's never been loving to you, if it's not fun. But the first thing you need to do is acknowledge it and say it's okay, because that's what earth gives you. It's all of those options. And then he's saying we can talk about releasing that. We can talk about after you acknowledge it, you sit with it and you experience it and you allow it to be, accept it, then you can go, okay, because it's not like you're pushing it aside, you know, trying to put it under the covers all the time. He's like, I see you. I am with you. And now we want to create this. And he's saying, now that's when Juli comes to help you with the technique.
Yeah, the first part, a question that really helps is, first I do like a statement, this is serving me. And then a question, how is this serving me? And then, yeah, and then you receive it, because everything is a gift. So you have to open and receive it, because that's the thing. Like if you keep dismissing it, it's not really serving you, not allowing it to serve you. It has to keep repeating until you open it. So yeah. How do you open it? Okay, how is this serving me? Oh, yay, thank you. I'll use it. And then, yeah, you what do you choose?
Yeah.
How is this serving me?
Otherwise, the present will keep coming up, and they will give it to you again. They will give it to you again. But you're too scared to look at it.
Yeah.
So once you do, what else? What else can it do to you? Yeah. Right.
And now you know, and now you received it. So now you know, like, okay, this is the thing that I do not like. Why am I? How is this serving me? Like, why do I keep attracting it? Why does it keep coming back? So you really look at it. How is this serving me? Since when? What can I connect to? What else? Because it's also like what I did with the cycle. Okay, this keeps coming back, and it's the same kind of feeling. The essence of the feeling is the same. Why does it keep repeating? This is serving me. So. What do I choose instead? But you don't go immediately to the step where you choose something else. First you receive it. So like with all the other examples, first you let that, like the anger, you let it go, you let it go through you, you write about it. And that questioning, that feeling that she had, like, how can accept it, like seeing it happening but not really accepting it, or not really wanting to be in there. Write about it, be in there, and then you write something else, like the energy that you prefer.
Yeah, Yeshua is saying that this is like automatic forgiveness. It's because you are present with it, you see it, you accept it, and then you forgive yourself enough to let yourself write something else. So even if you are not applying it consciously, it is a way for you to forgive whatever that was. So, oh, it served me, or it's serving me like this, and I can forgive myself for creating it because I see that it's serving me, or I see it served me. So now I'm ready to let go of that because I don't like it anymore. I don't want to play with that anymore. But then there's still compassion for yourself in your role and whatever that meant to you, and there's still forgiveness. And he's saying, and if I might add, gratitude. Add gratitude for that gift, because that's how you feel when someone gives you a gift.
Yeah. So
What about
you always thank
sorry.
it. Yeah. You always add that in, like, okay, thank you for serving me. I'm thankful. I see that it's being serving. So yeah.
So Duda asked about, what about the guilty part? That's with you not forgiving yourself for whatever it is that you want, and also the expectation thing that we were talking about. That's what Yeshua is saying, because once we make our minds, we limit ourselves. Once we create an expectation of only that one thing that is good enough for us or for whatever it is, we limit ourselves, and then your body feels it, your ego feels it. So what your ego does is the same thing as a caged animal would do. It goes wild. So that's when you start feeling guilty and shameful and whatever it is that is not loving to you anymore. So it's basically the same process. About whatever it is that you feel guilty about, use that same process, he says.
And guilt is a story. So you write about that story. Okay, what is the story that I'm telling myself? Because you're telling yourself a story in order to feel guilty. So what is that story? How is this serving you? How you let it go?
Rewrite it, right?
Yeah.
The same thing.
Yeah.
Why was gold seen as such an important material to those who visited Earth, and how was it used?
Read it again, please.
Why was gold seen as such an important material to those who visited Earth, and how was it used?
He says that it's a physical manifestation of the sun. That's why it was so powerful for people. The way that we created that metal, it is like sun on earth, in a way that you can see and touch and hold. So that's why we feel so attracted to it, because of all the activations we receive from the sun, for example. And if you think about it, as humans, everything is fed by the sun in a way, with conjunction with the moon and so many other things. But still, without the sun, life on earth would be absolutely different. So he's saying that that's the connection there with the alchemy. I love the one that David is asking.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else to add to that, Julie?
Nope.
David was asking, did Yeshua ever get drunk? Does he have any funny drunk stories to share from his life? Oh God, we're going there. He says yes, because he says that he traveled a lot. So he was used with some kind of wine or some kind of ale. That's what they call it. Or whatever that was that they were drinking. He's saying that he doesn't even know what that was. So it's very common in their culture to drink wine since you were very young, he says. So it's like, it's not only like a social thing. It's just there, it's like milk or whatever. So he was used to that, so he didn't really get drunk. But once he was traveling in where is that? We call it Great Britain today, he says. And he was there with a merchant. Is that how you call it? People that trade goods, we'll say. It's Joseph of Arimathea. He had like fleets of ships and stuff. So he went there to learn with some druids, some stuff, some techniques. And he was about 15, I think, 14. Yeah, he's saying give it a take. So they were it was everything was new. They had a new language. They have new faces, and people looked different, and it was so exciting for him. And then once they left the port and they came back, they opened one of those bottles, I'll say, is like a big chunk of thing. I forgot how to say it.
Barrel?
Yes, a barrel of something. And then all of them started drinking. So he's saying that you can only imagine a ship just, you know, going. No one could, be like the captain or anything, because people were all going nuts and drunk. And he said that he never threw up so much in his life, because giving the seasickness and all the thing that they drank. So he's saying that he sang and he danced, and all of them did. And I see, like, he's showing me like he is hanging from the one of the cords that he was holding, and he was hanging, like almost falling. And he's like, by that time I did not walk on water yet, so that would be a disaster. And it was the first time that his mother did not go with him in his travels, so he was feeling so free and so, so young. So yeah, that happened. He's saying. So everyone got sick, but he got extra sick. And yeah, he's saying that, there you go, that's one of my drunk stories.
All right. Indira asks, in dreams, I'm sometimes reading some words as as poetics, and they always fill my heart with love and joy. Is it a way of manifesting through the dream?
That's really cool. Yes.
That's really cool.
Does it happen to you usually? Do you write in your dreams?
Not that I think that's when you have a feeling in your dream. It's a way for you to really understand how that feels. So like sometimes you're longing for a feeling, and the dream come to help you get in that energy, in that feeling. So if you wake up with that feeling, you write about it. Okay, how am I feeling? And stay in that feeling. Then you use that to amplify and create whatever you want to create from that feeling.
Yeah, Yeshua says that it's a direct communication from your higher self when you dream. So maybe write more. That's what he's saying. Write in physicality too.
Yeah.
I like it too. Julie, she's saying that she likes stories like this because it makes Yeshua more relatable, right?
Yeah, totally agree.
I like it too. Although I never got drunk, but yeah, and other stuff. Flavia's face like, oh, let's not open that door. Julie's like, let's keep going.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Yeah, sure. What is blocking me from financial abundance that I want? I'm not sure how to put it in words exactly, but Yeshua knows what I mean.
He's saying, what if I told you that it's the thought that you are blocking yourself? What if it's not something in specific? It's just the thought that you're blocked. And he's saying that there are techniques that Julie can help you with that, with maybe releasing the thought that you're blocked and allowing that flow to always be there, so you can create a communication with your mind, is what he's saying.
Abundance is a state of mind.
Mm-hmm.
So you write about that. I feel abundant now that, or I feel abundant now because, or I'm choosing to feel abundant. And what does abundance mean to you? For example, like in Brazil, there is a place where I stay. I have a house there, and I walk to get water from the spring, and that feels super abundant. That for me is like abundance.
Yeah.
Right? There's always the pure water flowing, and you can get, like, you always have that water there, and it's super beautiful. The nature is abundant, and is abundant, and as we are abundant. So tap into that feeling, because it's all in your head. If you're abundant or not, you are choosing it. Like it's a state of mind first. That's why, like, people who are so used to being millionaires, they can lose everything, and then it takes a little while till they are there again, because it's who they are. It's their energy, and they are in that state of mind. They know how to be there. And we need training, like, to how does that feel? What does it mean for me to feel abundant? And what can I do to feel more of that abundance? and how can you recognize it in nature and in yourself, and just put yourself more and more. And there are sometimes simple things that you can do that get you there.
Yeah.
Something super like a place that you go, or something that you do for, like taking a bath with candles sometimes makes you really feel abundant, like how you treat yourself. So yeah, it's so you write about it and you take action in it, like what can I do to keep that feeling.
Yeshua was also talking about how there is a misconception about money and abundance in that way, and being spiritual, as if you can only be one or the other, that you can't be both, so maybe that's a belief that is in there. Maybe not exactly forever, he says, but for other people that go through that. So even if it's just deep within you, so what can I do to support myself with spirituality, what I call spirituality, because the way that they teach it to me and through me is that everything is spiritual. You can't be separated from spirit, but whatever it is that we call spiritual, that is not material. So sometimes we feel guilty that we want a material thing, or that we get those material things and the other people don't, so then you are vibrating in that frequency, instead of allowing the flow of abundance to just be present with you in your awareness. So maybe that's one way that we decide to decide to believe that we are blocking ourselves, with that. Is not separating spirituality from the material world. The material world is divine too, because it came from what? God within you. So everything that you create in physicality, it comes from God. So how could money, quote unquote money, be not divine and not godlike? So what he said, how can I support myself with something that I call spiritual today? If that's a belief that you have, how can I support other spiritual teachers, for example? So you start that, what Julie said about action, that wheel will start, moving for you. So you will be like reteaching your brain, now reprogramming your brain about that belief.
And you create a belief and then you act on it from that space. Yes.
Yeah.
And
that's
like
important.
The thing about the guilt part also, like if you limit yourself, how is that serving others? Because how you treat yourself is how you're serving others.
Yeah.
So you're like a flower will not be less of a flower just because the other flower is like to adapt to stay in the same level. You just like go full flower. So, and that is serving everybody, right? That's like that's your nature. So you fully express your nature, and that's how you serve the collective too. Because a lot of times we are very you feel guilty because you have something that the other doesn't have. But if you fully step in it, the other will learn from that feeling, from the feeling of fully stepping in. And that's serving more than you keeping yourself small. Because you keep yourself small, it's not serving anybody.
Yeah, not you, not anyone else.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
And the more abundant you are, the more abundance there is to share, we'll say.
Yeah. Open the container.
Well, the more abundant you feel, I should say, because you are abundant anyways.
Michelle says, I'm waiting to hear on the land I want to buy to have a spiritual center. She wants to hear from Yeshua about it.
About the what?
A land that she wants to buy to have a spiritual center.
Ooh, he likes that.
That is cool.
Who is that?
Michelle.
That is really cool. He's very excited. And he's telling you to breathe and trust, because all the doors are opened and everything happens in divine timing according to your own plan. So trust, breathe, and just know it is there.
You good?
Good. Just keeping my crown,
Can blogging be a form of journaling?
It's a good question.
It's from Juli.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's nice that you, because other people can read it, so it's a form of manifestation too, right?
Yeah. Blogging and like doing it a video form too, I feel like. Right?
Yeah, but then you use
Blogging.
the speech or everything. Also, it's all
Oh,
kinds of elements, right? Like you have the sound.
exactly. There's sound and light and everything is involved.
Yeah.
That gives me a question. How much more powerful is it if you say the words that you write?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but the thing is, the writing, it's a whole, it's a process it's a rewriting. So if you do it a lot, then you get to a point where it's running in your head, and then you start doing it like, okay, you say it out loud, so you add that in. But the writing process is like a whole programming that you have to do. It's a whole practice, and then that's like really, yeah, if you add sound to it, it's powerful alchemy for sure.
Yeah. It's like you first like teach your brain and then you let your brain speak the words. So then it's like it manifests. I can't explain the feeling. It's like the alchemy that I see, but yeah, it's what you said.
It would be nice, like if you go through a journaling session and you have you end. I always end with powerful affirmations at the end, and so it is. And what if you could say like 3 or 1 powerful affirmation, like to lock this in and to use that kind of alchemy to complete the session.
Yeah. I think we should talk a little bit about affirmations and how important it is that you affirm what you want and not use not, for example. I think you could teach us a little bit about that.
Yeah. You're always there already. So from that point, that's how you always keep in mind that you are there already. So I am feeling super happy now that I have this, or I am celebrating. So there's all kinds of, I really like to give journal prompts so you complete the phrase. So I am celebrating. So you use that. I would get like 1 complete the phrase kind of situation and use that repeatedly through 1 session. So 1 session I would do like, I'm celebrating today this. I'm celebrating that I'm feeling this. I'm celebrating that I am in this space. I'm celebrating that I am with these people. I'm celebrating that I'm feeling this. And today I'm celebrating, and that's 1 sentence. And then you keep going, like, I'm celebrating that I'm loved. I'm celebrating that I have this amazing opportunity to live this amazing life. I'm celebrating. And then other one will be like, today I choose to feel amazing. Today I choose to feel happy. Today I choose to feel inspired. Today I choose to create. And so you can, today I am, or just I am. You go through a whole I am list. Or what else? There's so many. I decided.
Ooh,
I'm deciding.
That's a powerful one.
Yes. Oh, and another one that's really nice. It's easy for me. It's an of course feeling. Of course that will happen. Of course that happened. Of course I am this. Of course I feel this. That's a really good one too.
I use that a lot. Yeah.
It's easy. For me, it's so easy to do this. For me, it's so easy to feel this. It is so easy to feel abundant. It's so easy to feel supported. The support is also a nice one. I am supported when I feel this. I am supported at doing this. I am supported being this, and I have all the support that I need.
Yeah, I like using I am too a lot, because it's like the sound is just so powerful. You know, it's the sound of creation, we'll say. So I feel like it's really, really powerful. I love all of those that you just said.
And there is a thing, because you may be feeling super silly, or you think like, oh yeah, I'm going to write all these things that I don't believe anyways. Then there is a thing I call pre-affirmation. It's an affirmation before you believe your affirmation. So you can say like, I'm choosing to, I'm getting ready to believe that I am abundant. I'm now getting close to feel abundant.
I like that. It's like you are doing like the most acceptable thing for your brain at that time,
Yes.
and not just going crazy.
Yeah. I'm
It's
getting
like you're
ready to
honoring.
believe. Yes.
It's
So
really
you
cool.
pre-affirm for yourself.
Yeah. I
It's
was
really
gonna ask.
helpful.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about kind of the same thing. It's like because it is a practice, because you are like relearning something. So not to just give up, it's like you read it once and then you go like, oh, I don't feel any different today, even though I wrote that I feel amazing.
Yeah.
It's just that you've been teaching yourself to feel otherwise for your
Yeah.
whole life. So just give your body some time.
Yeah. You're starting to change the conversation, because there's this
Mm-hmm.
inner conversation. You start changing it, and you start become more aware of that inner conversation too. And in a bit, it flows. It flows the way you are writing. That's very fun to notice. That your
Yeah.
affirmations, the way you think about, like you catch yourself thinking in the beginning, like, okay, I just thought that this is a stupid idea, or this is not possible, and then you rewrite it. It is possible. I'm deciding right now that it's possible. I
Yeah.
choose to believe that it's possible. It is my reality. Nothing's missing. Everything's serving me. So you rewrite it.
Yeah. And at some points, like your brain is going to get in
Catch up.
line, Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. People are loving that, the pre-affirmation.
Yeah.
I like it too. I think it's very loving to do that, It's because you're not just forcing anything. It's like, okay, we can't believe it now, so
Yeah.
I'm preparing myself to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really, really loving.
Yeah. I'm getting close to believe. I'm getting ready to believe. I'm preparing to believe, or to accept, or to receive.
Lovely.
That is so cool. I got even a little hypnotized while listening, because it is so cool. And
You
it's like,
look a little hypnotized.
and then I noticed that I was like, yeah.
It's like you could see yourself outside of your body and
Yeah.
you see how your body looked.
Yeah, I was like, okay,
So-
react, look alive.
Popotizada.
Yeah. And then Julie's face was shifting, and I was like,
Yeah, a little bit.
"What?"
I see that too. It happens a lot.
Yeah.
So cool. Okay,
Like,
Marielle.
act normal, and your face is like,
Yeah, Karen, your face is like, no.
No.
You can't.
Mary Ellen asks, what does Yeshua think about my property use? I was thinking about a yurt for vision quests or garden, horse therapy.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah.
He's saying, follow your heart, because sometimes your mind is going to tell you all kinds of crap. So what does your heart tell you to do, because you have all that space. So what is it that makes your heart sing when you think about it? Don't try to serve others with that. Serve yourself. It's okay to serve yourself. So what is it that is going to bring you the most joy? Because once you do that, people will see that in you, and all kinds of beings, not only people but horses, but all kinds of animals, everything, because you will be like exuding, is that a word, that energy. You will be putting all of that energy out there, because that's how you feel about yourself. Because, oh, I'm doing this because it gives me so much joy, and it makes me so happy, and it makes me feel so loved. So then people are attracted to that, and all beings attracted to love. That's what we are attracted the most. So what is it that you can do that is the most loving to you? Don't try to just, please anything or anyone else. Please you first. He's saying everyone could use that today. That's my challenge for you today. Do at least one thing today to please yourself, however that is for you. If it's eating chocolate, whatever. If it's meditating, if it's doing some yoga, if it's breathing, just go crazy. Okay. Sometimes just a little bit.
Morgan asks, could Yeshua or anyone help guide me to what is missing in healing my digestion, bowels? I get stuck. I have a back injury and wonder if it's a nerves issue and wonder what I can do to further help.
I feel it as if it's something emotional. That's where you store your emotions. So it's about how it is expressing itself to you, if it is being held or if the energy is always going through. So by that, physically they mean, is it hard for you to poop, or is you're always having diarrhea, so and how can that relate to your emotions and to the water in your body and all of those little representations. There's just so much alchemy there that I can't not comment on those things, because that's how they come to me, to give to you. So there's just so many elements that you can work with to figure out what those emotions are, or how they are being beneficial, would say, serving you at this time, and when they are not serving you anymore, and when you want to release them. For example, the moon is a great element to work with water, because emotions equals water, and water equals moon, and moon equals feminine. So we have all of those labels on earth that we can allow them to work against us, or we can work with them. It's the same thing with the ego. If you want to tell yourself that your ego is bad and you should get rid of it, you will start getting all kinds of crap in your body. Or if you tell your body that your body is not good and not divine, and then the body will react. So how can you work with it? So if that's a representation of your emotions and how your emotions are working in your body, how are they serving you right now? Are they serving you in this present moment, or have they served you and you just didn't realize for how long it is that they served, and what do you want to do with them now? And using some alchemy to transmute that. And he's saying everything that Julie is teaching today, that's alchemy. That's pure alchemy. That you are transforming things, you are transmuting things, you are creating things. And he's saying that it's so attractive to us because that's our nature. We are so creative that we created Earth. We created every single cell that is here right now. So it's like you birthed it. You gave birth to everything you can ever see, ever imagine, even further. So how are those emotions working with you right now, and not allowing them to become a perpetrator in your reality too? They are God too, so they are working with you. So how is it? So again, it goes back to how your bowels are unbalanced, and it has a lot to do with the sacral chakra too, and sometimes the heart chakra. It really depends. And I feel like more like a sacral chakra and a root chakra for you. So how is it that no, that's a different kind of way. He's saying, let's express it a different way. Are you safe? Do you feel safe in your body? And do you feel creative in your body? What is it that your intestine is trying to tell you? So have that conversation. And now he's pointing back to Julie about talking to your body and how that can help you heal.
It's amazing how much messages we get through the body, right? And it gets really intense for us to receive the message. Yeah. And it's also about, because there's one part that, at least, yeah, there's the other part too, like what are you feeding your body, what are you accepting in your energy, also what you're eating, what you're drinking, but also like what you are receiving, what you're allowing in your body.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And now I just saw that she talked about back injury. It's related to root chakra too. So feeling safe, security, however that looks for you, and confidence in your body, embracing more of your divine masculine. So that could mean that, let's say that you have diarrhea. That's a lot of water, right? So maybe there's an imbalance there. So the feminine is higher, we'll say. There's more feminine than masculine. So then when you bring that energy, that divine masculine energy, it will balance that out. So then you will feel safer. So you will feel more comfortable with being human. You will feel more comfortable in your body. You will feel more comfortable in your sexuality, and all of those things that are part of earth, that are part of your divinity, of your expression as a divine here on earth. You are honoring all of those things. So many tools, right?
Mm-hmm. So many tools.
That's also another one to complete the sentence. I am safe. Because a lot of things, also like when you want to create something, or you want to move houses, or you want to travel somewhere, or a new relationship, anything that you might have in this underlying feeling like, oh, this might not be safe. So I am safe is a very good one to put yourself in that feeling. Okay, I am safe to accept it. I am safe to start believing. I'm safe to start feeling.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's great. Julie was saying that's a very practical and useful advice. Julie, thank you.
Yeah.
You should coin that term, pre-affirming. I think you should like make a whole video about that only.
Yeah.
I think it's
I
really
have that
cool.
in Portuguese.
Yeah.
Good idea to do that in English.
Yeah, in English.
Yeah.
So cool. And Indira saw your face changing as well.
Yeah.
My little alien.
Yeah. Little alien. Where is it? Cassia asked, does Yeshua have any advice for me regarding my new project?
He looks like a Nike ad, and he said, just do it. It's like everything that is telling you that it's not safe, as we were saying, that it's not good enough, that it's not this or that, does not exist. That word does not exist for the universe, for God. The universe does not compute not. So, not true. So just let it be, he's saying. Get out of your own way, basically.
Jennifer says, this morning I felt guided to meditate while staring at a candle flame instead of the traditional method. When I closed my eyes, I saw sacred geometry that felt powerful. Wonder what symbol it was.
Yeshua says, I would never dare to label that. That's your divinity.
Oh.
That's your magic, he's saying. That's your alchemy. That's your power. There is no name for that. That's you. That's your fire. It's beautiful and powerful. You can never label that. Flavia,
Oh,
cute answer.
I think we are getting ready to be done because I
Right,
start feeling tired in my body.
Yeah.
My body starts going like,
It's been already an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Considering it started 10 minutes late.
Let me see if he wants to answer anything else.
Do you want this?
No, I don't like it. Just a second. I'm just going through and finding anything else if Yeshua wants to answer them today. And while that, Flavia is going to do all the promotion.
All the promotion. Okay.
Talk about the discounts.
We still, until May 11th, we have discounts available. And they are for mentorings, for sessions, and for healing ceremonies. So if you're interested in those, you can check the discounts on our, it's not on the website, but it's on Facebook and Patreon, and we posted it everywhere. And if you have any questions, you can also email us at lightworker613@gmail.com. We are also offering the fractal sessions.
Yep.
So if you are interested in getting to know which fractals are working with you at the moment or serving you at the moment,
we can also call them guides if it's easier for you to understand.
Of you, many names, many titles for that. This is a session that happens with 3 people, so it's cheaper than a normal session. It lasts from 30 to 40 minutes, and we still have a few spots available. So if you're interested, you can also email us.
Yeah.
One I don't remember.
I'm gonna answer this one and
Okay.
what you think. So Matt said, 2 nights ago, I was moonbathing under the full moon and I felt a strange tingling in my solar plexus area. What was that? It's a activation of the solar plexus. It's like your solar plexus was reflecting the light to the moon. And Yeshua is saying that's how powerful you are. It's like you were the sun in that situation, and the moon was reflecting back to you the love that you are. Do you get anything else from that, Julie?
No.
No.
Yeah, some things I connected to other things also, like there's a spot here about that we are connecting to recently, that we're remembering that there is a spot. It's where the love is where we remember that we are love.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I knew that you had something to add about the solar plexus.
We were posting more stuff down there if you want to check.
Okay. Don't know why he's doing that. Sometimes he helps me. I know why he's doing that. Sometimes he helps me manage my frequency with sound. So that's why I sound crazy sometimes, guys. Sorry.
Like a creepo singing out of nowhere.
Come on. Is the writing method something to be done once or repeatedly until one feels a change? One feels a change. I think that's what it is. I think that's for you, Julie. Sorry.
You don't write to feel a change. It's already there. So you write to put yourself in that energy, to choose a feeling and to be in that feeling. So it's the moment you start writing, it's already happened. So you're not expecting something to happen. It happened. It's happening. It's there. So you just remember that it's there, and you write about it being there because it's there. You're not missing anything. So you don't write to forcing something to happen. You write to remember that it's there.
Yeah.
So it's not done. You're always doing it. You're always remembering. You're always putting yourself in that feeling.
Always creating.
Yeah.
With and without a body, we're always creating. Yeshua says. How do you distinguish a trigger that you should process and release and one that is a call to action? Yeshua is saying that, well, he's saying that labeling it does not serve. It's there. If it's triggering you, there's some reason that it's serving. So what you decide to do with it is totally up to you and your own creation in that moment. So what do you want to create with that? And he's saying that's how you take your power back. It's not just allowing you to be what it is. Like, oh my God, is this here for this or that? No. You take your power back. It's like, okay, I see you. I'm here with you. I'm triggered. It's fine. What do I want to do with that? What is it bringing up to me? What emotion is it bringing to me? And how do I want to create within that? And do you? So taking your power back, he says.
I just felt Corey very strongly, and then I saw her
like, so she understands, right?
Yeah. He made you hum, so she could understand why she does it.
Okay, so I think I'm done for today, guys.
Julie, where they can find you?
Julie.
Yay. Lightworkers online on Instagram and YouTube a little bit, but more coming.
Drawing.
Yep.
Yeah.
And also, if you speak Portuguese, you have another channel.
Yeah, that's Somos Incríveis.
Yeah.
And that's also YouTube and Instagram. Thank you.
Thank you. That was awesome to have you as our first guest.
You're getting channeling drunk.
Yeah, it happens. I'm not gonna let it be as it was like the last time on Patreon
Oh,
because it was
no.
too much.
No.
So now that I can
got-
see that I
yeah.
started doing it,
Yes,
let's
I
stop.
don't want to go there today.
Okay, thank you so much, Julie, for doing this with us.
Thank
I thought it
you.
was
Thank
an
you.
amazing
Oh yeah,
conversation.
like
So like
to be
so
continued. I feel.
yeah, so enlightening,
Yeah.
with all that. And I love like human techniques
Me too.
that we can actually use and do and practice, so we are not just all over the place.
Yeah.
It gives us like, I don't know, action, and I love
Yeah.
it. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
thank you so much for sharing with us today.
Yes. That's
Thank
amazing.
you. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much. So we have a channeling with, did you say that yet?
No.
With Bastet and
Anubis.
Anubis on Tuesday on our
Yes.
Patreon. And that's gonna be a powerful one because she is the goddess of so many things. The way that she presented herself for us right now is like the goddess of what? You know it better than I do.
It's
Flav is
gone.
not working. Flav is not
gone.
working.
I don't know.
The goddess of it's just so much, but also what we call plagues and diseases.
venom
Yes,
creatures.
and there's just so much there. So she's like a cat goddess. So
Yeah,
all that
so
confidence that a
powerful.
cat, yes, that a cat has, she has it, and she's so powerful. And Anubis is the gatekeeper of the veil.
Yeah.
And we talked a little bit about how that expresses the veil that we choose to have, when we come to Earth. So he's that part of us that is always,
Yeah.
there, here and there. So they are fascinating. I loved the challenge that we had with Anubis.
Me too. I'm gonna give you guys a visual of how Bastet showed up to me. I think it was yesterday or the day before that. I was talking to Annie, and then I saw a cat in the corner. And first, I thought it was Kitara. 'Cause it's
Not a physical cat, guys.
not a physical cat, which is another being, very joyful and playful. But then this cat became a human-like form, just like Minerva McGonagall in the first Harry Potter movie.
Like starting to become like human.
And she was dressed with some more of the bikini that Princess Leia uses, but black, and so powerful, so confident. I got the chills. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, and she
You
stood
are
like,
here.
it's like,
she
I know I am God. That when you look at cat, I think I was telling Alana about this today.
Yeah.
It's like, do you know that look that cats have, that they know they're God, they know they're powerful. Just look at them, they're like,
Mhm.
yep. She's like so confident, and then she stood up like a
She's awesome.
warrior goddess. So yeah.
And you saw that happening.
I saw
You
that.
you were watching it. When
Yeah.
was this? Yesterday?
Before
think
yesterday.
Before yesterday?
Mhm.
Huh.
Because yesterday I was walking to go see the moon, like under the moon,
Yeah.
and I had that feeling like that this happened, whoop, and then I was walking like, oh, that
It's
feels
like,
like
"Ooh."
powerful. Dong.
So she's showing up for you too.
I totally was in that same feeling, like this feeling. I
Yeah.
totally got it,
Yeah.
Fun.
It's really cool. So
Michelle asked how much is it? It is in our Patreon.
mhm.
So it's patreon.com/
It's-
lightworkers613.
yeah, and it's for
It's
tiers 2 and
two and
up,
up.
so $11.
Yeah.
And you get
11.
access to every channel we've ever done for that tier, and
Yeah.
all of the ask us anything too that we do for
Yeah.
tier 1, that is $5,
Mhm.
$5.55. So yeah, that's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be fun.
Goddess of protection and plagues.
Yeah.
Thank you, Indira.
No
And
worries.
Anubis, the
Yeah.
gatekeeper of the veil and the
Thank
god
you.
of the underworld. Thank you. Indira found it on
And
our...
there's our Flavia.
Yeah. Yes.
Thank
So
you
that's
very
going to be
much.
fun.
Yeah.
And then next Friday here on YouTube, we have another Fridays with Yeshua.
Yes.
And likely, I'm just going to give you a little preview. We're probably going to talk about Twin Flames. So
Yeah.
that's going to be fun too.
Mhm.
So we'll see you guys very soon. We love you. Thank you, Julie. We
Thank
love
you,
you.
Julie. Love
That was
you.
so much
You're
fun.
shifting again.
The face.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh boy. It's time to go.
Bye, guys.
Okay, bye. Love you.
Bye.